This video is going to be a bit of a long one. I'm going to be speaking about resentment I have towards source, getting to the bottom of it, what I uncovered from it, and bits on my own personal journey. First, I'd like to start by saying that when I feel resentment towards things or whatever it is, I never and I have never externalized that resentment towards other people. I don't wish to put others into a negative energy. I'm very much a do unto others as you'd have them do unto you type of person. So I internalize everything. And a part of that when gaining new awareness of what source is, what God is, enlightenment, and that type of vibe, it's more or less shifting that because the ego is still out there, right? The ego always wants to put its foot into it and put you back into a state of non-duality. And a part of that comes to a level of pride that you have to surrender and let go of. And so I ended up moving that resentment towards myself in a form of self-hate, hating God or hating source, as in, why do I have to be here and experience life now? Because from a state of, depressive, suicidal tenants, mental thoughts all the time, as in, I don't want to be here, this is painful, to a state of why it just shifted. So instead of blaming myself or having those suicidal thoughts anymore, is not having those suicidal thoughts anymore, but instead having it in terms of why am I here and why do I have to experience this for? Because it's so blissful over there and it's so painful over here. And a part of it is knowing that, well, I can't kill myself because if you die, you just have to do it all over again until you learn the lessons. And then the point of it all is really just experience. So to experience in and of itself is like just a movie flipping through multiple different channels, and there's different forms of experience in every different variation that there is. And so mine is over here and yours is over there, and we're all each having our own individual little tuning of a similar experience in its own unique form. And that resentment was really tuning into how lazy I can be because I don't want to do the hard thing. I don't want to get up and go at it and have to experience all these difficult things just to have these feel good moments, because the feel good moments, they do feel really good. And then there's also that switch that happens when you surrender all of it and you realize that at any moment in time you could enter that state of bliss. It's just like if you stay very present in the very present moment, you can find that bliss because this body is your home. No matter where you go, where you are currently, you could always tap into that energy despite whatever's happening in your surroundings. And the world could go and burn and people could do whatever they want to do because they're all stemming from places of fear, and they want power, control, more possessions, that kind of stuff, and they stay into this negative rooted energy. And a part of that, I think, is mostly because it's just the ego trying to create new forms of experience. There's no stories of any heroes that become a hero without first having overcome these large forms of, let's say, negative expressions. I think I'll end this on one note, that the path to that bliss for the viewer who wants to know how to get to there is just through self-love, the very expression of self-hate. Uh, if you get very honest with yourself about where the root of that is and accept it, feel it fully, and sit with it, have the patience to give yourself that love, and then find self-love through that expression, you'll get to it. I'll probably break it down further for you in a later date on some course I'll probably put out. But I love you. Have a good day.